Okay, so Granblue. I've been waiting for this game for quite a while. I knew they were gonna make a fighting game, the company side games, but I didn't think it was gonna be for Granblue, which is kind of a big deal because Granblue is a huge IP. So I think at least in Japan, a lot of eyes will see it. I mean, America, it's popular too, though. To be fair.
Yeah, Pachi courtesy.
But alright, let's get some break story. So this is like the most gameplay we've ever seen for the game. Like there's been like trailers and stuff, but this is like the most we've gotten so far. It's about like 15 minutes. There's like obviously talking and stuff like that, but Fuudo Daigo are gonna be playing, and you have what's his name, Pachi, right?
Team with the Fuudo every time. Pachi.
Yeah, Pachi, and then this guy. He is from. Hold on, this guy is from Side Games. I forgot his name, and this guy's just commentator.
Who would you choose? So it looks like.
Okay, so this is the build they're playing. You only have the characters that were in the reveal trailers, so no Lad, no Luane so far. It's just these characters. I think this is just gonna be the build for the beta, and for maybe Evo will have an updated build with more characters. But right now, these are the characters that are playable. But we're not gonna see Gran because they don't pick Gran. These are the only 4 characters we're seeing. Is Catalina, Charlotta, Lancelot, Fairy.
You gotta go with the SBO vets, man. I'm gonna pick Pachi. How about the characters? So look, oh cool. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he talks about. This is good because they finally get to talk about like what the characters are doing.
So we have
Is a brief description.
Oh, he's doing a.
So, Gran's the main character, right? So, well, these two are kind of the main characters, Gran and Catalina, and he's like the close range fighter.
Little explanation. Oh.
They have like similar movesets. Hold on, let me lower the audio.
Cool. Yeah. So Gran is pretty much he's what the protagonist of Granblue, right? And just what you would expect, pretty standard character, right? He has a fireball, has an uppercut, showing off you some of the
So let's go back.
some of the supers there.
So we still don't know like how many buttons are in the game. I'm just gonna assume there's 4. What's up, Rice Master? I think there's gonna be 4 buttons. Like they don't seem to indicate that there's more than 4 buttons, and it's an anime game too, so I think we can safely assume that there's 4 buttons. And then like light attacks is gonna be auto combo. So
Oh, cool.
I think this is probably his auto combo.
Yeah. So Gran is pretty much he's what the protagonist.
Yeah, he has
of Granblue,
fireball
right?
DP.
He
has like a Rekka.
Pretty standard character, right? He has a fireball, has an uppercut, showing off you some of the supers there.
So it's like his Tatsu. It's like he instead of a Tatsu, he has a Rekka.
So just like a
So there's Catalina. Right? So Catalina's now she's kind of the same idea, except she's like more long range, but she also have fireball. Fireball on like better from farther ranges.
Catalina here all around. I love a lady in uniform, man. Look at that reach.
Alright, you can see her auto combo too.
I'm
I'm sure that's this is her auto combo.
Lady in uniform, man. Look at that reach. Yeah, so you see the sword is like half screen normals right now. Yeah, longer reach.
Yeah, her normals seem pretty good. She has DP also.
Mid-range and long range like that. Very long.
But yeah, you can see in the description she's more of a mid-range fighter, while Gran's the close range. So you can think about it like Gran's like Soul Bad Guy, and Catalina's like Kai.
Pokes, and also has access to a fireball, has access to an uppercut like that. Kind of a standard character. Here's Charlotta in English, I don't know, but small. You know, every fighting game, small characters always have that little advantage.
So
she's hard
she's
to hit.
obviously the tiny character. She can run fast. It's pretty obvious. Like,
she got a big head. Yeah.
But she has this interesting move. It kind of seems like a demon flip.
Of course, but I bet you can't hit that.
She has a counter. Right here, right? It looks like she has a demon flip. Yeah. Sort of. Like she can throw you. She goes low. You'll see later that she has like a low attack off of it.
Her ability lets her parry normals, especially. You know, she's kind of a speedy character. She's able to close in the gap and do some damage up close. But she also has the threat of that parry in the long.
Alright, Lancelot. I'm interested right now. Probably Catalina and Lancelot. Fairy seems cool, but everybody's gonna be playing Fairy, so I can kind of bounce off other people. But I mean, there's so many characters they haven't announced yet, so the characters I'm looking forward to haven't even been announced. So, but like off of this beta, which is probably gonna be the beta build, I'll probably play Lancelot. I'll probably look at Lancelot and Catalina the most.
She's the fastest Lancelot, right? Yeah. This character, you already know what time it is. So most characters in this game, they only are limited to jumps, right? This is one character who has unique air movement, and he'll be able to show that off. Just the moment you see.
Got the Leo fireball, the slow,
like that, and
mad
the
hits.
dash along the floor like that. And this is your girl, though. Hold on, you actually
play Fairy. Everybody wants to play Fairy. Like, Everybody trying to play Fairy right
as
now.
You kept talking about Fairy. I want to see. I didn't have a chance to see it.
As much as I love a lady in uniform, I love a girl with cat ears, man. And she's showing you.
She's pretty cool though. She has like the most unique stuff out of anybody.
Uppercut, fireball, set play. I'm
She
in
seems like
love,
maybe the
man.
most technical character out of the 5 right now.
Perhaps.
That's her
Yeah.
super.
So maybe if you're new, if you're coming from the card game, maybe you want to start out playing Grand or Catalina. If you have more fighting game experience, maybe go with Fairy. And
Alright, unfortunately,
right off the bat, Fuudo able to beat Daigo. And
they play on pad here.
Comeback.
I guess it's just like a beta build, and they're just kind of like showing off the game.
I
So
knew it. I had a guess. I was like, I bet
they're
Fuudo's
just
gonna go
they're
with
playing on
Fairy
pad just to show off the game,
Lancelot.
just a
They
little
seem
bit.
bit
So
trickier, a bit harder to use.
Game, I could definitely see Daigo running Gran or Catalina. That guy.
yo, look at Daigo.
When I first got a
Hold
chance
on,
to touch the
hold
game,
on.
I could definitely see Daigo.
Look at his enthusiasm by Daigo right here. Fudo's already like, I'm about to fuck up Daigo, but Daigo's like, I don't care about this game.
Running Gran
Where's when are they gonna buff Ryu? That's what Daigo's thinking about.
or Catalina. That guy.
As always.
But yeah, they're playing on pads, unfortunately. So, I mean, they kind of mash around a little bit.
So
but we do get some good
out here
gameplay.
right now, whether it allowed us to come out.
Okay. This is the first time we're looking at the actual menu, or I mean the HUD. So, as you can see here, right? They mentioned before, actually here, they're gonna show it right here. They mentioned before that skills, right, which are special moves, they can be done with one button. This was posted in an article, and people were kind of like, "Uh-oh, we're gonna have an easy mode game," but they immediately debunked this. As you see, you can do the skills, the special moves with one button, but they shorten the cooldown if you do the actual manual input. So obviously, if you're fighting a player, you're just gonna do the manual input anyway, because it's obviously gonna be better. Do you know how many buttons? I think there's gonna be 4. I'm just gonna assume it's 4 because it's Arx's fighting game, and it doesn't seem like there's more than like 4 buttons. There's not like the normals I've seen so far don't seem like they're very specific. But yeah, this is interesting though. So right off the bat, I think all the characters have about 4 of these. So I don't know if every character is just gonna have 4 special moves, or some characters gonna have more than that or less. We don't know yet, but you can see this. Catalina has other stuff, but it's kind of weird. So you see here, right? Catalina has 2 of the same move. I don't know what that's all about. We can
'Cause we're
pay
here
attention to the
talk
characters
about the
though.
beta test.
But yeah, right. So these are the fireballs. You can
The
see
beta test has been announced already. I'm sure if you're watching the video, you're familiar.
there is cooldown,
If-
which is kind of dope in a way. I like this idea because on top of that, there is cooldown. Some of the cooldown's pretty minor, but instead of using the bar right here for your EX moves, you use no bar, right? But instead, you have longer cooldown on your special move. So you'll see it later on.
You can apply for it right now.
Yeah, of course the
You
deadline.
see, right? You can tell already
Guns are
how
gonna kick.
the DP has way
If you're not,
longer
you can apply for it right
recovery compared to the
Yeah, of
fireball.
course the deadlines are gonna kick.
So obviously you're not going to be having, if someone whiffs DP, and even if you don't punish them, it's they're at a pretty disadvantage for a little bit because they have to let their DP to cool down, so they can't mash it again.
In on May 23rd and May 24th, 11 p.m. PDT on May 23rd,
Okay, yeah. So you see here, right? Let's back up real quick.
May 23rd and May 24th.
So she throws her EX fireball
11
right
p.m.
here. You see how she's glowing? Yellow? This is the EX fireball. Look how
PDT on
long
May
the
23rd,
cooldown
6
is
a.m.
compared to the normal fireball.
GMT on May 24th, and you know that beta test is
That's a
gonna kick off on
big
May
deal.
31st.
That's like a
Work till
nice,
First,
like
make sure
8
you-
seconds.
Yeah, make sure you guys sign up,
That's a
get
lot.
in there, and at least get a taste of the game.
Same with
early
DP2.
on.
DP takes a
Free-
while as
free to sign
well.
up, free to play. It's
So
gonna be
I like this
packed,
idea.
so
It's
you should be able
something
to easily get
different.
some
We never
matches
seen this
online.
before.
If you're a streamer, if you're
That's
a
a
content
cool-
creator
it's a
as
cool
well,
idea.
it's a great opportunity, right? Just get the footage.
It's kind of taken from Mortal Kombat in a way, except they're tied directly to special moves. But
Oh yeah.
it's like it's
Yeah, so
interesting. I
read-
like
I
it.
didn't-
And this is cool too. So they show another mechanic that we haven't really seen before, or like we haven't seen yet in the game,
have a
which
chance
is
to
like
play,
rolls.
I mentioned earlier, but I was
So
reading
kind of like
some of the notes
KOF,
here. So they're
where you can
explaining
side
there's a
swap,
guard
or you can probably roll over fireballs or normals.
this game, which is
That's
unique,
right.
in addition to the regular guarding.
Yeah, so you
This, oh my god, I gotta get this off my chest because coming from Dragon Ball, where it has the worst throw mechanic of all time, this throw mechanic is so much better. I am foaming at the mouth just anticipating to be able to tech throws again in a fighting game. So this
And
is
you're
really
explaining
cool.
There's a guard.
So right, This is a normal throw tech. Catalina's facial animations are kind of funny. Because you can see her portrait is mad detailed, then her face is just like 3 pixels. But yeah, so this is a normal throw tech. And then you're going to see right here, right? This is a late throw
Yeah,
tech.
which is unique.
So you have
In
a pretty
addition
big
to the regular
window. But I'm sure you're probably at less of an advantage. Like, you probably don't go back to neutral. Like, she's definitely plus on this.
guarding.
Yeah, so you can manually guard. They have you have
And
access
it
to
says you
guard
take
which
a
is
small
gonna
amount of
make it,
damage too. This is way better, I think, than normal throw tech. Or I think it's a cool idea. Because I can see in a situation where, let's say, if one of them was in the corner, and then the one that's put into the corner does the throw tech late, and then they're still at a disadvantage. Like, they're negative, so they won't be able to mash buttons or anything, because the other Catalina is just plus.
It's going to be very strong.
I think
against,
I think it's
cross-up
good.
attacks,
It's
right?
a cool
And
idea.
most characters, their
They're
jump
doing some
moves are
cool
gonna
ideas
give
in
you
this game.
cross-ups, and also there's some supers in the
Alright.
game that are.
Here's how the bar works. So this bar is only for supers, right? But you have 2 versions of supers. So one of them, well, they're called skybound arts. One of them is like a normal super, and then if you have low health, like the other fairy here, you do like a super, level 3 super, or whatever you want to call it.
Can kind of create some nasty
Oh,
simply potential
no.
like that.
Oh, she's still in a block after.
And there's chip, by the way.
But that's
I don't know if it's just chip
Can kind of create some nasty
on
simply
supers,
potential like
or
that.
there's
she's
chip
still in a block after
on
that.
special moves as
But
well.
And there was chip.
Yeah, man, yeah, bro, she's nasty.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
nasty. So
So here's her level 3,
the other thing
I guess
that
if
you
you want
want
to
to
call
take
it.
notice of is also standard jumps.
I'm sure they do
But
more
also,
damage, stuff like that.
There's an ability button that'll let you do some of your specials with the press of a button, and that's going to have cooldown
You can see
effects,
some
right?
fairy moves.
But if you manually input
Yeah.
the command, the cooldown will be shorter time.
Yeah, so it's a good system, right? Again, this is Granblue.
This game moves pretty smooth, to be
Majority of
honest,
people-
because we really haven't seen that much gameplay of it, like, without, like, uncut, or without gameplay being uncut. So this is
Myself included,
really
my
good.
first experience with this was the card game, right? So if you don't have that fighting game background, you can choose to use the ability button. If you are a bit, a veteran, you can do the manual inputs there. You get a little bit of bonus,
They're just
but it's not
practicing,
so
I
much
guess,
that you
seeing
have
how the
to
game
use
works.
it.
See Daigo with the Daigo is spooked right now.
What is Daigo's face doing? Uh-oh.
Alright, now we talk about, now they can see them actually play the game raw.
I didn't have enough time.
The Fuudo just exuding confidence after a little.
Effective.
Alright, we can fast forward this.
Than for mechanic.
Unfortunately, this is not full 18 minutes of gameplay, but still pretty good.
Daigo's trolling right now. So here we go. Catalina against Lancelot. So we saw Catalina earlier in the little demo, right? A bit more stand.
Okay. So they both have 2 characters. So Fuudo plays Lancelot and Fairy, and then Daigo plays the other 2. No Gran, like I said earlier. So if you guys are looking for Gran, we're gonna have to wait a little longer.
Mid-range. Lancelot can be up close. Use the mobility. Get in there.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're gonna see him try.
Okay, so you see Fuudo here. Obviously, this is like the first time they're playing the game, I think. But he goes for a lot of special EX special moves instead of just going for the regulars, like the Fireball, because Lancelot gets mad pressure, it seems.
Forces.
Oh yeah, also you can see right here, I think, that there
Lancelot can be
is
up
chip on
close,
special
use the mobility.
moves.
Get in there.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're gonna see him try to force his way in using Fireball and then using those unique movement commands that he has.
Is a random landed a throw.
And also, there's no air dash in the game. It's just normal jumping. And then if a character like Lancelot has like any sort of unique jumping animations or special moves, then they'll have that. But there's no like traditional, universal air dashes or stuff like that. But there is running and backdashing.
No tech from Daigo. This is my first time seeing the game in action, so I'm looking.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I want to see that again.
Is
I
a
actually
random
missed
landed
that.
a throw. No tech from Daigo.
Okay, he does do DP.
So this is my first time seeing the game in action, so I'm looking up at the top. If you guys are new, like me, I'm looking up under the health bar. There are the 4 abilities, right? So I want to see how fast the cooldown is after each one of these.
You see that time?
Yeah, you can already see what like Lancelot's gonna do in the game. Kind of like Fuudo obviously already has a game plan.
Looking up under the health bar. There are the 4
So he
abilities,
kind of goes to this
right? So I
knockdown.
want to see how fast the cooldown is after
He's
each
the
one of
knockdown
these.
super and then just goes EX Fireball. I feel like that's gonna be a basic idea to play Lancelot.
Ability plus projectile to be able to try to close in the gap after it's a slow moving projectile like that. Good for locking your opponents in the block stun.
Goes to the
and just
super.
trying to
You
close
build
the
pretty
gap
super
after.
pretty quickly in this game.
He had 100 meters to burn it right away in the skybound art.
So what I am curious about is, how low does your health have to be able to get the level 3 super, like the max one? I wonder if it's like 20%, 25.
So Daigo is now under 30%. So this, he can get the unleashed, right?
Oh, okay, okay, never mind. All right, Giuna just cleared it up for me.
The super skybound art, if Daigo remembered.
So you have access.
So
to
you have,
super
if you're lower than,
characters.
if you're 30% or
There's
lower,
a couple
you
characters
get
that are
access
kinda
to the
different, but
level 3.
in general, you're gonna have your 100% skybound art, and then you have the Kaiho Ogi, which is the super. When you get under 30%, you still have that 100% gauge.
Yeah, Catalina
Just
seems
in
like
the
she has some
help
pretty good
top of your screen. Okay.
normals, especially.
Daigo, what are you doing?
The random
Drops the
super.
super.
You know Fuudo's gonna punish that.
Fuudo punish that mad easy.
Engage.
This is interesting too. So he has a vanish, or not a vanish, but like a teleport. I wonder if this tracks. Seems pretty good. Maybe because it did the EX version too. But Lancelot seems
Just
quite
in the
aggressive.
help bar, top of your screen. Okay. Daigo,
What are you doing?
The random super, and you know Fuudo's gonna punish
Easy
that.
punish, Fuudo.
You got pranked, Daigo. You told me to do the wrong super, I guess. Yeah,
That's
that's what I told you to do.
Damn, Pachi getting upset.
Student. Yeah, I like all the notes too. It's very helpful there. We got counter, down, invincible. Letting you know what happens.
Yeah, and you notice that throw tech too, right? There's throws in this game, and also throw techs, but there's also late techs.
Yep.
If you are able to
Oh my goodness, the,
tech the
the
throw but you're just a
hitbox?
little bit late, you'll still
Okay, okay, wait, wait. This is good, this is good. Alright,
also
so
late techs.
Yep.
If you are able
after his
to
DP, right?
tech the throw, but you're
This right here. You see how she strikes the blade like that and there's like kind of a flash? This is the universal overhead, and you can apparently combo after it. So you can think about like Guilty Gear Dust, except you don't get launched. But you do get a combo.
just a
He does it on counter hit though, so I wonder only on counter hit he does get a combo or just normally.
little bit late.
Because you see right here,
Still takes some damage from the
he
throw.
gets a chain.
Yeah, I like that. It's actually a bit advanced talk, but that's to kind of deal with defensive option selects and stuff. Try and make it a fair and honest fighter here. You built a lot of meter in this game too.
Yeah, I'm still curious about. Oh wait, hold on. Did he combo that by himself? I want to see that.
You built a lot of meter in this game too.
Okay, this isn't counter
Yeah,
hit.
moving forward.
Oh no. Okay, maybe you can't combo it unless it's a counter hit. That might be
so
what
much
it
gauge.
is.
And also, you know, there's also form instant blocking too, right? And that's good for being able to save up gauge as well. So if you play at that high level, if you're going to be able to understand the game, how hits work, it'll be very easy for you to build up gauge.
Oh wait, did they move? I'm actually curious.
Form instant
Oh, they
blocking
did.
Too, right? And that's good.
Did they? Oh, they.
Gauge. Very easy for you to build up gauge and build up meter in this
I can't tell.
I watched the Japanese
I think they did
players,
move
but
actually. Yeah,
just
that's
kinda
kind of cool.
stole that round just using overhead.
So
Like,
at the end of
game
like 2
plus
rounds,
universal overhead.
kind
I
of
think they
switches
call
up
it a heart
the
attack.
the stage.
Fuudo ate like 5 of them.
Wait, what was that? Hold on.
I think they call it a heart attack.
What was that combination?
Fuudo ate like 5 of them.
I'm still trying to speculate on some stuff, so I don't know for sure
That was off the
how these special moves work. Exactly, like some of them are a little weird, especially the EX versions.
Bounce on counter hit is crazy.
Nice stagger. I just finished the combo.
Okay, can't do a combo though. There we go.
Nice DP.
Hold on.
Yeah, this game's gonna be pretty footsies based. It's like a lot slower than most anime fighting games, so kind of a combination of like classic Street Fighter and maybe I don't know, maybe some Unist. I'm not really sure how to compare it, but
Oh, was he able to punish her?
it is an anime game, but it seems a lot more tame. He really did some SF5. He shimmied
Was he
him.
able to punish
Did you see that? Watch this. Backed up shimmy? Fuudo got the meta already? Fuudo already knows what's up. Applying that Street Fighter 5 knowledge.
He's trying to throw. He's out of range though. Dog, use meter. Use your meter.
He really
Use your
staggered
meter.
him. I mean, he really shimmied him.
See, Fuudo just trying to make
Interesting.
full
Damn, he
screen.
turned full screen.
He overshot. Daigo ran up.
Yeah, I think
full
there
screen,
is
tried to bait up
just
the throw.
I think there's just a light, medium, heavy,
that
and
was
a
my
special
best bet.
button.
No.
My boy Lancelot with the
Yeah.
protect the smile.
As expected. So you saw Fuudo use a lot of Lancelot's movement.
All right, now we have Charlotta.
Character's so fast. You saw him get in the throw range a lot of time, back up, wait for Daigo to press a button, then go in and try to
Tiny
fight for it.
Justice.
So Daigo going with Charlotte.
Very, yeah.
I guess
As expected. I knew Fuudo when he saw this character. I was like, this character
Fuudo
has
is a
way
fairy.
too many options for him not to pick his character.
She has what, like an air dash? She's a
Right.
real.
So let's see. Okay, this is interesting,
I
right?
was like, this
Right off
character
the bat,
has way
Fairy
too
seems
many options
to
for him not to pick his character.
She has
possess
what,
some
an air
god
dash?
normals right here. Look at this. Immediate round start into. I'm gonna assume it's probably like crouching heavy.
Real kick.
I
It
mean,
has
I mean,
projectile.
Interesting.
everything.
She has a lot of stuff.
So that,
But yeah, again, you can see here that there's only 4 special moves for each character. So I wonder if that's gonna be for everybody. We'll find out when more characters get released.
That's Gigi, right? The little cat. You can throw it at different ranges along the screen, and also when it shocks.
And it's interesting too. Real quick, I want to go back. So you see how this right here, Charlotta has this logo, this symbol. So did a Catalina as well. So I'm curious, like, what does that mean exactly? Also, she has two of them. Like, I don't know what these symbols mean. Maybe if somebody played the mobile game, they can explain to me why some characters have the same symbols.
Projectiles, she has every set, yeah.
So that,
I'm gonna have to ask somebody who plays the. Maybe it's like a thing in the mobile game.
Different ranges along the screen, and also when it shocks, that's an attack. You lock your opponent.
Nice throw. That's interesting, right? You see here, Daigo goes for the roll, and Fuudo throws him, but it doesn't count as a counter hit. It's just a normal attack. So maybe rolls are in counter hit. You're not in counter hit state if you roll.
Fireball, mid-range kind of hit grab attack where you can choose to either explode them for a good
But
bit
yeah,
of
Fairy
damage,
looks
or
pretty solid.
separately.
Okay, you can see already. If anyone wants to know about Fairy,
DP,
that seems
fireball,
pretty negative.
mid-range
Dive kick.
hit grab attack where you can choose to either explode them for a good bit of extra damage or reel them.
Unless he mashed afterwards, but he punishes him again, so
She's a dive kick too.
She got everything.
Unique
I'm gonna assume it's a dive kick. Overhead.
Yeah, I saw it earlier during the thing. She's like 5.
Yeah, I think that's auto combo, to be honest. Yeah, we lit? Yeah, we out here with some Granblue. So you'll see, hold on. I think this is auto combo because he just gets 100 bar. So maybe when you have 100 bar and you complete auto combo, you just go to super.
Earlier during the thing, she like flies across with the whip.
Makes
Like
sense.
Charlotte, she's got one of her abilities is actually like a parry / counter. We might see the famous Daigo parry here in Granblue. DP through.
EXDP, damn, that lasts a while. Okay, now you can see Charlotta's demon flip.
Wow, DP do a lot of damage actually.
So you can see she has a low option after that. She has a throw.
GG jumped up into GG.
Into the pets. Yeah, Fairy seems cool.
Charlotta's unique.
Like I said before, everybody's gonna play her, so I can kind of bounce off of everybody else. Because I'm not that interested in Fairy, but I definitely won't be missing out on no Fairy matchups because I'm sure mad people will play her.
Relying on the heart attack, so he's not sure how to open up Fuudo, so he keeps going to the heart attacks.
But yeah, we gotta keep in mind these are not all the characters in the game. There's still a lot of characters that they haven't revealed yet.
Oh, he comboed into the projectile.
Because the game's gonna come out at Q4 this year, so it's like September to December, so we have mad time to see.
He's lost. He gets in. He goes for a grab. 100 meters.
All right, spins the bar for the orb.
Put the ball out there.
Daigo don't care at all. Just ran forward. Overhead.
The ball doesn't bounce off the wall. I guess only in the corner.
Okay, so she can follow back to the deep flip.
And the throw.
At least for the EX version when she goes low.
He's like, all right, Daigo.
Alright, we're learning some stuff about the characters. I'm going to have to write some notes later.
I'm like, well, what is that jump attack she does? Can she go high?
Just to keep in mind.
It's a very tricky technique. Fuudo still doesn't know how to deal with it. Yeah, it looks like his plan though is just taking advantage of Fairy's range, just staying away.
Long range character versus
Nice
a character
tech.
that pretty much
Yeah, so you get pushed back a decent amount when you throw tech.
Staying away.
Long range character versus a character that pretty much has to go in, right? So
Pretty
you're trying to
interesting.
utilize that.
Man, that special move looks quite obnoxious. Because not only does it have a hitbox on the way up, it also like explodes on the way down.
Alright, Daigo's turn. He's got Fuudo in the corner, right?
I'm trying to see develop Lancelot. Yeah, I'm interested in Lancelot too. He seems pretty cool. The characters I'm really interested in haven't been announced yet, so I'm still chilling. But at least for the beta, I'll probably play Lancelot and Catalina. Are there era blockable moves? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure everything. Maybe DPs. But I think it's only DPs I've seen so far. Of course I won.
Trying to tech the grab though, so that's cool about the heart attack. It's pretty fast. And one of the problems in some other games, when you go for an overhead, you can get thrown out of that. But the heart
Beatrix, yeah, I mean, there's so many characters people want. We gotta wait. We gotta wait it out. I want Vera. I need Percival still.
One-on-one. I still have my money on Fuudo.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, more Charlotta.
And now Daigo, his overhead's paying dividends right now.
Yeah, it's the run-up overhead or throw mix-up right now from Daigo again, right? The overhead.
So here's the interesting part. Just keep in mind. So you see how Daigo is DP, right? And we talked about earlier how DPs and all special moves have cooldown. You see when he hits him with the DP, he recovers instantly. It's like a brief second. Like, pay attention. pay attention to this. You see where my cursor is? Pay attention to the uppercut logo. You see how quickly it recovers?
His overhead's paying dividends right now.
Yeah, it's the run
It
up
recovers
overhead is
instantly.
showing stuff right now from Daigo
But if he
again,
does it
right?
on
Yo,
whiff, it takes longer. So if you get the hit with it,
I'm not sure if he can do it.
I assume it's just gonna recover quicker. It might be for all special moves, or maybe just the DPs. So you get rewarded for the good
There we go.
DP.
Finally now Daigo is, or Fuudo's starting to recognize Daigo likes to go for the low after that. Cross it through, DP is baited.
That's right. As good as an option as, you know, having a block.
I'm actually curious on the air combos in the game. I think it's because does the actual motion? Oh, maybe. It could be that.
Awesome stuff. Lancelot has access to a lot of left right.
Yeah, no, if you're holding the
Yeah, we
block,
don't really
I'm sure you
know
can press an attack, right?
how quickly the recovery is on when you do the actual motion compared to the shortcut.
Fuudo.
Yeah, it is less cooldown, but we're not sure how much. But you could be right. It could be either of our
because, you know, they just got
our,
their hands on the game.
our
Lancelot
guesses.
looks like a really tricky character.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of a different. But this is also kind of the kind of character Fuudo I think he'll do well with.
It's also interesting too seeing these guys. This is the first time really trying.
Yeah,
to
so
play
he went for EXDP there, and it takes mad recovery.
Oh, tries anti, but Daigo's just going in. Daigo's holding forward.
Holding forward and then just emphasizing that overhead throw mix up, like you said.
Yeah, I want to see the air combos in the game.
Daigo's at low health. He's got
Like
access
what?
to
Because
this guy
you
down.
still there's still like a decent amount of jumping. It seems like I wonder like
There we
what
go.
air combos you can do.
Reversal super connected. 1-1. So does meter carry over?
Does push blocking low key push them out? I haven't been paying attention to push block. Let me see actually.
Okay, yeah, they got.
They're not really blocking that much, so it's hard to tell.
Skybound if he wants it.
You gotta burn the gauge though, Fuudo. You're sitting on all that meter.
There we go.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell because they're not really blocking.
1-1.
But it might because IBs have done a lot of things in different fighting games. Like Melty, if you IB, it's also push block.
It does not. Okay. Yeah,
Being on guilty like reduces the block stun overall. So we'll see. I'm sure like as the game progresses, we'll see.
Yeah, mainly they've only.
Oh, you can see a little bit here. Yeah, let's see. So
You want to make sure you use it.
there's like a little bit of push block.
Alone builds so much gauge.
Yeah, mainly they've only been using it.
It doesn't seem like they're getting pushed out. It might just be
You do have powered up versions of
lessen
that,
the
so
block stun for
you
your
can't spend
character.
meter for that.
That's right. Normally your attacks have cooldowns, right? But if you use the
I'm
meter
curious
burn
how the
versions,
max
they
damage is
have
going to be. It might be
cooldowns, but they also have added effects.
Better power.
not super high.
Now, Daigo, watch out.
It could be like
This
Street
is
Fighter
match
5
point.
damage.
It's double match point right now. Life lead on Fuudo's side.
Set
Lands
point.
the hit.
Fuudo with the close confirm.
You got 100 meters.
Oh,
You
it's
got
baited
100
DP. Wait, hold on. Let's see.
Set
Is he
point.
with a DP,
Fuudo
right?
with the close confirm.
Oh, you might be right actually. Then he might be because of the motion instead of if you get the hit or not.
You got 100 meters. Oh,
He's
you got 100
punish. He got.
All right, that's good to know.
Daigo tries.
Daigo with the brains of super.
Block from Fuudo. He's got nothing
Oh, I
left.
can't punish.
He punished though. That's the hit. Fuudo takes it.
Daigo
Fuudo
with a-
mopping
with a
Daigo up.
block at the end. Lancelot, doing what he does best. Just gets
Yeah,
in
Lancelot
the
seems cool.
Ta-da.
So Fukuhara-san and Fuudo are able to
Team
take it
Fuudo.
over Daigo and Pachi.
Like we mentioned, Perry seems more technical. Maybe he just needs a bit more time. But let's see. What does Daigo think of this game? I'm interested.
いや、すごいシステムたくさんあって、まあ今はまだもちろん使いこなせ
Yeah,
ないんですけど
EX Work a plus? I don't know. Probably not. I don't think it would be plus,
Yeah,
but
they had a
You
little
never
bit under
know.
an hour. So that's an hour
We
of
can't- we
gameplay
can't-
between these two guys. But
we will never know
it
until we
takes
test.
3 whole days, right?
Yeah.
So you have all the time in the world. I'm sure all the people watching right now, once they get their hands on it, once the other pros get their hands on it, everyone starts sharing tech and strategy, uploading videos and stuff. We're gonna see a completely different game.
Yeah, you see, guys, man, even with just an hour, right? Even though these are professional players, they weren't able to completely tap into all the potential that the game
yeah,
has.
I think this is a
So
good
you guys at home,
design
make sure you guys
because it makes it so people that don't play fighting games, because I think a big deal of fighting games like trying to learn motions. It's kind of weird for somebody who's never played fighting games before to learn motions. So this is a good like learning step stool because yeah, you're at a disadvantage if you use the shortcuts sometimes, but you know, it lets you play the game still, which I think it's pretty good for people that just play Granblue or just play other side games that are not fighting games.
sign up for that beta. Like you said, it's going to go on.
I like
at the
it.
end
It's
of
a
the
good
month,
design.
May 31st to June 1st.
And who knows,
Make sure you
maybe
guys
the
get out there,
shortcuts
sign
will
up,
come in
and
handy
sign
in
up.
competitive play
You can be a
sometimes.
part of it.
Cutoffs will be May 23rd, May 24th, depending on where you are. So you got a bit of time.
Yeah, Fuudo here talking about like the cooldown. That's
Yeah,
actually
this
a
is
cool
what he's
idea. I
talking
think
about the
Cooldown
cooldown
system,
system, right?
specials
Very,
and
very
cooldowns
unique.
is.
Here.
I mean, it's very Granblue. I know
And
in the
it's nice
mobile game,
because
there's
it's
obviously
not, you
cooldowns
saw
on
too, the normals
those.
are just as effective. Mobility is just as effective. You don't have to
Because
just
it has
rely
like
on
I play
the
Fate Go for a
special
little bit,
attacks.
and
Just
you know
kinda
when you use an
complement each
attack
other.
like specials or supers, they have cooldowns on them.
Yeah, use the skills. Yeah, we saw that. It was actually the first combo Fuudo did, right? He did, you know, combo into the super,
yeah.
and that was the last time he did it. He forgot the combo mid-set. Yeah, in just 1 hour. I want to see Pachi's face, though. Was he salty? They both had, the student and the teacher here.
Yeah, the beta's coming soon though, so it's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
here's
fun.
some
It's
more
only
news
like a
right now.
day
That's the
or
beta
2 days, I
test from
think.
May 31st to June.
Yeah.
To June 1st.
So like
so
about
3
a
days
day
of
and a
that
half
weekend.
or 2 days. I don't know when it ends, but I should be in the beta
There we
pretty
go, Otter is out.
easily.
Well, all right, guys. Yeah, thanks for tuning in to this Granblue versus exhibition. Once again, make sure you guys sign up for the beta. It's going on at the end of the month.
I'll play you.
But yeah, that's Granblue. Pretty cool. We can see now that we have that knowledge, we have more knowledge of how the game works. Let's look up the verses, right? So let's see more.